Hi folks, this is Dr. Rob Sivas, the Carb Addiction Doctor, and today we're going to talk about shit, poop. We're going to talk about the colon, okay? However you want to pitch it. And by the way, that's a medical word, I'm allowed to use it, I'm a doctor, twice. Having said that, the role of the human colon is very simple. It's far less complex than most animals, certainly the vegetarian type animals. The role of the human colon is twofold. Number one, it is there to absorb or secrete water, and it is there to absorb and secrete salt, and salt and water always go together in the human body. Other than that, the healthy colon has no function. The healthy colon has no function. So we use the removal of salt and water out of the poop, where it comes in liquid on the right side of the belly as it leaves the small intestine. That salt, that water in that poop is very liquid, and as it transits across through the length of the colon, that water gets absorbed, the salt gets absorbed, and you poop out a soft, healthy bowel movement. You do not need fiber. You do not need fiber to have a healthy colon. Now, what does fiber do? It does exactly the same thing. It retains water. In the absence of salt, it retains water and makes your poop soft. So for vegetarian animals, fiber is essential to retain that water to make the poop soft. But humans are omnicarnivores. We don't have to have fiber. It's okay. We don't have to have it. Now I'm going to throw something out there that is quite controversial, because we have no evidence that says what I'm saying now is not true. I would tell you that fiber is more damaging to the human intestine than having no fiber. Now, if you have no fiber, I want three elements. I want salt, I want water, and I want fat, saturated fat. That's what makes a carnivore have a healthy bowel movement. But if you look at a fiber-rich diet, it's got a ton more bacteria. You hear about the human biome: bacteria, fungus, yeast, viruses, a ton more that is in that non-soluble stuff that I'm going to call crap. So the human biome, the biome in our intestine, remember the intestine is outside of the human body, is vastly different if you're a carnivore versus a vegetarian. The second thing is this, that carnivores do not get diverticulosis. Diverticulosis is where your poop is a little bit harder, and the pressure, as far as we understand it, the pressure causes little out pockets, like little appendixes in the left colon, and they get blocked and get infected and inflamed. Well, in order for that to happen, you need the pressure, you need the harder bowel movements that are devoid of fluid, you need the bacteria, and you need the setup for infection. That doesn't happen. Lions don't have diverticuli. Carnivores don't have diverticuli. So if fiber is so important to prevent diverticulosis, how come it is only in people that eat the standard American diet or a high fiber diet or a moderate fiber diet that get diverticulosis and have all these bacteria running around in the colon that ferment that sugar-containing cellulose in the colon? We can't absorb it, but the fermentation is happening. That's how you turn it into regular poop. That's how you turn vegetables, fiber, into poop, through fermentation in the colon. But we can't absorb the product. But I believe that, and I don't have any science to support this, but I believe that the increased rates of colonic cancers doesn't come from red meat. It comes from fermentation in the human colon, and it's the products of that fermentation process that increases our risk of inflammation and cancer in the colon. And I know that's a radical thought. But it isn't red meat that's been blamed. I will tell you that it's probably the fermentation of fiber in the human colon, from vegetables on the entry point to shit on the outside, on the exit point. And that fermentation process, because it's something we human beings aren't entirely designed to do, that more likely triggers cancers rather than reduces them. This is pure speculation. It's pure speculation. That is my hypothesis. Time will tell. But you don't have to consume carbohydrates. You don't have to consume fiber. The carnivore diet is not an unhealthy diet. Red meat is not unhealthy. I'd love to explore this, and part of what I do is to be controversial so we can hear arguments back and forth. I'm willing to be wrong, I'm willing to learn, but I can tell you as a carnivore myself, I do not need fiber in my diet to have the healthiest bowel movements I've ever had. Try it sometime.